Hello friends, welcome to my Tech Talk channel. Here we will talk about concepts underlying the technical topics of common interest. We are creating these videos not just for IT professionals, but also common laypersons or people who are generally curious about tech or who want to learn new ideas. I will translate some of the key concepts in Hindi as well, and hence the channel name TechTalkiya. My own introduction is in the description. I will just say that I love explaining stuff and I hope you will enjoy viewing my videos as well. So with that brief introduction, let's get started. Okay, the first set of videos I'm going to put out are going to be on the topic of artificial intelligence and machine learning, AI ML for short. Now, some of you may wonder, why do we need another set of videos on AI and ML when there are books available or there are other videos available? I will just say that our approach is going to be a little bit different. And let me explain how it's going to be different. Okay. Firstly, I'm going to try and explain these concepts in a simple, relatable manner. Okay. So the key word here is relatable. Okay. Look, when you learn something or when you memorize something, it's easy to forget it after a few days. However, if you internalize something, you start relating it to what you see around you. Okay. So my effort is going to be to teach concepts in a manner where you will start relating them to what you see around you. That's one differentiator. All of the videos are going to be short. I mean 20 to 25 minutes max. Attention spans are short, people are busy, so we are not going to make like 1 hour lecture videos. We are going to make short videos, 20 to 25 minutes, and each of them will focus on only 1 or 2 ideas. So we will not be overloading the agenda, just 1 or 2 ideas in each video. Finally, like I said, I will follow a bilingual style. Will also speak in Hindi for those who are not proficient in English. If you understand both of these languages, you will have twice the fun. If you only understand one of the 2 languages, it will give you a few additional seconds on every screen so that you can internalize what's going on in a little bit better manner. So these are the differentiating factors about this lecture series. Why is it important to understand AI ML? A question that gets asked often. The first reason is obvious. We are soon going to be surrounded by and we will have to coexist with AI applications. Okay? In a world filled with AI run devices, AI tools, AI applications, how do we keep ourselves relevant? What's our role going to be? How do we coexist with them? That is going to be, that's going to be a question that's going to be confronting each of us. And therefore it's important to at least understand how these systems work. Okay? That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is no matter who you are, whether you are an IT worker or you're not an IT worker, you may want to leverage AI for your use. So if we want to leverage AI for our use, it's important to clearly understand, what these ideas are and how AI and ML systems really work. The third reason is the reason I think personally is most important. Learning about AI helps improve human intelligence. Okay. So this may seem a little counterintuitive because traditionally we have been told that AI is all about getting machines to do what human beings already do. But ideas in AI and ML have advanced so much that now the converse is also true. So if you learn about AI methodologies, AI techniques, it can actually help you improve your thinking style. It can help you improve your approach to problem solving. Okay, and this is true. I'm going to give you illustrations of this during the entire course of our lectures. So this is the most important reason. हिंदी में बता दूं तो AI ML के बारे में जानना क्यों ज़रूरी है। पहली बात तो ये है कि हमारे आसपास कई ऐसी चीज़ें होगी जो AI पे चलती होगी, तो नेचुरल है कि हमें उनके बारे में पता होना चाहिए। दूसरी बात यह है कि आप चाहे कोई भी आपका बिजनेस हो या आप किसी भी फील्ड में हो, आप शायद एआई अपने काम के लिए, अपने फ़ायदे के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। तो इसके लिए भी जानना ज़रूरी है कि एआई एमएल होता क्या है। और तीसरा रीज़न मैंने जो लिखा है यह सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है। अगर आप एआई के बारे में थोड़ी सी जानकारी प्राप्त करेंगे तो ये आपके खुद की का सोचने का तरीका भी बदल सकता है, इम्प्रूव हो सकता है, बेहतर हो सकता है। तो ये 3 सबसे अहम कारण है जिनके लिए आपको एआई और एमएल के बारे में जानना ज़रूरी है। Who can benefit from these sessions? Who are these sessions for? The first set of people is laypersons curious about technology. Okay, so you may have nothing to do with IT, you may not be a software guy, you may have a different profession, but you are curious about technology, and there is a lot of people who fall in that category. So these people absolutely can benefit from what I'm going to be putting out here. Secondly, students, school and college students. These days, even school students I've observed are fairly advanced in their grasp of concepts, and they are in general better educated than people were earlier. So if you're a school student and you want to get started off with something really simple, these lectures are for you. Thirdly, IT and industry professionals. Now, whether you're in IT or any other industry, understanding why AI, ML, how AI, ML can be leveraged, what these concepts really are, is clearly something that's going to be important to you, and you will be able to benefit from these sessions. So these are sort of these sessions are targeted towards this sort of an audience and designed keeping this audience in mind. Okay, quick, very broad terminology. What's AI? What's artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is where machines demonstrate the ability to learn, reason, and perform. Okay, now this perform is a fairly broad term, and I put it there because it can cover everything from language processing to video processing, face recognition, etc., etc. So typically doing things that humans have been doing for many years. Another related field is data sciences and data analysis, which essentially pertains to extracting useful information from raw data. So when you are confronted with a large amount of data and you want to make sense out of it, the techniques that you would use come under the area called data sciences or data analysis. Okay, so आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्या है? आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस वही चीज़ है जहाँ कंप्यूटर या कोई मशीन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स की तरह चीज़ें करता है, मतलब सीखता है, कोई और चीज़ करता है, उसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कहते हैं. ओके, so this is the broad terminology that we are going to go with. We will not sort of jump into too many definitions at the outset. We will sort of take the definitions and concepts as they emerge. Okay, how are the sessions structured? Okay, all our sessions are going to be structured in this manner. We will always begin with a small experiment or an assignment. Okay, and that assignment or experiment is going to lead us to the concepts. The experiment or assignment will sort of unearth the concepts that we want to learn. That's how these sessions are structured. Okay, तो हम शुरू में हमारे ये सेशंस कैसे रहेंगे? हम शुरू में एक छोटा सा एक्सपेरिमेंट या कोई छोटी सी असाइनमेंट करेंगे और उसका फ़ायदा लेते हुए हम AI/ML के कंसेप्ट सीखेंगे. ठीक है, तो it's not going to be sort of the other way where you learn a concept first and then I give you some examples. Not that way. We will first do an experiment, simple assignment, and discover concepts using that assignment. One thing I do want to explain here or want to mention here is that all of the experiments or assignments that I give you have been handcrafted, created by me. Okay, so I have not looked them up anywhere. I have not read them anywhere. I have developed these keeping in mind the fact that we will be discovering certain concepts based on those assignments. So these are all original experiments or assignments. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so I think I think we are sort of done with the introductory phase, and let's actually begin. And like I said, let's begin with an assignment. I said that we are going to begin with assignments and then discover assignments. Let's see what I have cooked for you first. What's this assignment that I have cooked for you? Okay, your first assignment, simple. Observe people walking on a busy street and what they are wearing. Okay, now many of you may have done this sort of a technical assignment many times in the past, but this time we are going to do it for a slightly different purpose. Okay, so let me explain what this assignment is. You're going to sort of observe people on a busy street, lots of people, and just observe what they're wearing. You are then going to divide these people mentally into 4 groups. Okay, so group A will be people who are wearing shirt, pant, t-shirt, trousers, etc. That's going to be group A, people who wear this kind of attire. These groups are, by the way, based on what people are wearing. Group B will be people who are wearing more traditional attire like kurta pajama or dhoti or lungi and so on. Group C will be people wearing saris, and group D will be people wearing any other women's or girls' dresses. Okay, I've given some examples here just as an illustration, but you will observe people on a busy street and you will categorize them mentally into 4 groups based on what they are wearing. So sort of memorize these groups. First group shirt pant, second group kurta pajama, lungi, dhoti, etc. Group C sari, group D women's or girls dress. Simple groups. Okay, then you're going to do something more. You are then going to, as you observe these people, you are going to ask yourselves the question, what are the unique attributes of majority of people in each group? Okay, let me repeat that. As you observe these people, as you mentally put them in different groups, you are going to sort of ask yourself or observe what are the unique attributes of majority of people in each group. So let me explain this. So in each group, people in each group may have certain attributes or characteristics. Okay. So you are going to look for the attributes of people in group A that are shared by majority of people in group A. Okay. You are also going to make sure that these attributes that you notice are not shared by people in other groups. So for example, if you identify certain attributes of people in group A, these attributes or characteristics have to be shared by a majority of people in group A, not all, clearly not all. And these attributes should be such that people in group B, C and D should not have these attributes or characteristics. Similarly, you will look for attributes of people in group B which are not shared by people in A, C and D, and so on for other groups. Okay, so characteristics of majority of people in each group that are unique in the sense not shared by people in other groups by and large. Of course, this is not going to be, you're not going to be able to identify characteristics that 100% satisfy the criteria. All people in group A have a particular, that's not going to happen. Some people, a few people in group B may have a characteristic that you identified for people in group A, etc., etc. But you are looking for things that are true by and large. Okay, I'll re-emphasize this because it's important to understand exactly what we are trying to get at. You have to spot a characteristic, so it could be one attribute or a combination of characteristics. So one attribute or a combination of multiple attributes which most people in only that group have. Okay, I am sort of repeating myself for emphasis. In other words, what is it about people in each group that sets them apart from people in other groups? This is what you are going to mentally note while you observe these people in the street. Very important. this assignment has no right or wrong answer. Okay, so do not look for something that's, that is likely to be a right answer or a wrong answers. All our answers will differ because each of us will be observing people in different places. All you have to do is honest observation and mentally note down the unique attributes of majority of people in each group. Okay, I'll go back and explain this in Hindi. ओके आपको क्या करना है, आपको किसी मार्केट में या किसी भीड़ वाली सड़क पे जाना है और आपको लोगों को देखना है और ये देखना है कि उन्होंने क्या पहना हुआ है, और उन्होंने जो चीज़ पहनी होगी उसके ऊपर उनको 4 ग्रुप्स में आपको डिवाइड करना है. तो ग्रुप ए वो लोग रहेंगे जिन्होंने शर्ट पैंट या टी शर्ट वगैरह पहने हो. ग्रुप बी वो लोग जो कुर्ता पायजामा या धोती लुंगी वगैरह पहने हो. ग्रुप सी जिन्होंने साड़ी पहनी हो, और ग्रुप डी जिन्होंने और कोई महिलाओं का ड्रेस वगैरह पहने हो. तो ये 4 ग्रुप्स में आपको लोगों को डिवाइड करना है मेंटली. तो आप किसी मार्केट में जा सकते हैं या किसी भीड़ वाली सड़क में जा सकते हैं या किसी रेस्टोरेंट में बैठ के जहाँ आपको काफ़ी लोग दिखाई दे ऐसी जगह जा सकते हैं, और लोगों को देख के मेंटली ये 4 ग्रुप्स में उनको आपको डिवाइड करना है. आपको और एक चीज़ करनी है, आपको ये भी देखना है कि हर ग्रुप की क्या विशेषता है या क्या गुण है जो उस ग्रुप के लोगों में है, बाय एंड लार्ज मतलब मोटा मोटा सा, जो दूसरे ग्रुप के लोगों में नहीं है. तो ग्रुप ए की ऐसी क्या विशेषता है जो ग्रुप बी या सी या डी के लोगों में नहीं है, ये आपको मेंटली नोट डाउन करना है. ठीक है, तो ये आपका एक्सपेरिमेंट है. इसमें कोई सही या गलत जवाब नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि हम हर इंसान अलग अलग जगह पे रहेगा. तो आपको सिर्फ ये देखना है कि आपको ऑब्जर्वेशंस करने हैं और आपको जो दिखता है वो आपको नोट डाउन करना है. ठीक है, okay, I'll give you an illustration. So for example, okay, this is just an example, you may observe that people in group D have this characteristic: speaking on phone and carrying a handbag. Okay, this is just an illustration. I'm saying this to make a point. I'm not saying this is a right answer or anything. So if you're observing people in group D, you may observe that by and large people in group D are speaking on phone. You observe that they are carrying a handbag, and this is not true about people in other groups, for example. Okay, so this is a combination of 2 characteristics that you happen to observe was unique for people in group D. Okay, an example. So these are the characteristics that you identified. Another example, let's say people who are smoking. Okay, people wearing kurta, dhoti, etc. Majority of them were smoking for some reason, and most of the smokers happened to be in group B. This is an observation, okay, that you made. Very important, again, don't worry about whether your answer makes sense. Okay, it may not, and that's kind of one of that is the point. Your answer may absolutely not make sense. I mean, why would people in group B be smoking, right? Makes no sense. But this was your observation, for example. All you have to do is simply note down your observation based on what you actually see, and do not worry about whether your answer makes any sense. Okay, तो आपको ये मैंने जो एग्जाम्पल दिए हैं ये सिर्फ एक उदाहरण के तौर पे दिए हैं. आप शायद ये देखेंगे कि जो लोग फ़ोन पे बात करते हो या हैंडबैग हो, वो लोग सभी लोग ग्रुप डी मतलब विमेंस ड्रेस पहने हुए हैं, या कोई सिगरेट या बीड़ी वगैरह पीता हो वो सभी लोग ग्रुप बी वाले हैं, और बाकी के ग्रुप के लोग बीड़ी या सिगरेट वगैरह नहीं पीते थे. तो ये आपका ऑब्जर्वेशन हो सकता है. तो आपको ये नहीं सोचना है कि ये गलत है, सही है, इसका क्या मतलब है, ये कैसे हो सकता है, ये आपको नहीं सोचना है. आपको सिर्फ ऑब्जर्व करना है और आपने जो देखा वो आपने नोट डाउन किया, बस इतना ही काम करना है. ओके, नाउ सम ऑफ यू मे से दैट what exactly am I saying here? Am I saying that majority of people in group D carried a phone and had a handbag, or was I talking about the converse? Was I saying that majority of the people speaking on phone and carried a handbag were in group D. So what is the direction? So this is a good question. If you had this question, you are already thinking of conditional probabilities. Right now we are going to keep it simple. We are just going to say that, look for characteristics that are true in both directions. So look for there are a million characteristics, right? So look for characteristics that are true in both directions. So look for something where, for example, speaking on phone and has a handbag, large percentage of people who satisfied this were in group D, and conversely large number of people in group D ended up carrying a phone and speaking on phone and had a handbag. So try to look for characteristics that are sort of bi-directional. Okay. If you did not follow what I just said, unidirectional, this direction, that direction, etc., don't worry. We will be talking about this in detail when we discuss conditional probabilities. Okay, so this is an illustration that I wanted to share. Okay, so a few hints. Obviously, you need to choose a busy street with lots of people, people of all types. You have to choose an area where you see a mix of people of every type, so that you have reasonably large size groups. I mean, you need to look at least few hundred people, 200-300 people. Choose a busy street. I imagine that you will probably take 10 minutes to observe, just to sort of get used to doing this quickly. You can't stare at people, it's rude. So very quickly just sort of mentally observe and divide people into groups. You need 10 minutes to do that, then 5 minutes to come up with one or other hypothesis, and maybe another 5 minutes to refine your hypothesis, etc. Total 20 to 25 minutes is what I imagine you will take. तो आपको अगर आप जाते हैं किसी रेस्टोरेंट में जहाँ काफ़ी भीड़ हो, रास्ता दिख रहा हो, वहाँ काफ़ी लोगों की भीड़ हो, ऐसी जगह जाइए, आप चाय ऑर्डर कीजिए, 20 मिनट आपको लगेंगे, 10 मिनट ऑब्जर्व करने के लिए, 5-10 मिनट और कुछ और निष्कर्ष करने के लिए. तो आप 20-25 मिनट में आराम से चाय पी सकते हैं. आपके ऑब्जर्वेशंस नोट डाउन कर सकते हैं और आपके चाय का बिल भर के आप बाहर आ सकते हैं. तो 20-25 मिनट लगेंगे आपको ये काम करने में. ओके, दैट्स इट. That's our assignment. You can sort of go back and if you haven't understood it, you can rewind the video and see what the assignment is once again. But in summary, we decided to discover AI ML concepts via simple assignments and observations. We got started with our first assignment, and this assignment will, like I said, be the foundation to learn several concepts. So if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments to this video. I will try to look at them and respond. Once you're done with this assignment, we can go on to the next video. It will be a really, really interesting one. So with that, let's end over here. Thank you, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.